We've all walked into a Best Buy just to look at those incredible new 85-inch OLED TVs, and somehow ended up wandering the aisles for 45 minutes, totally hypnotized by the glow of the mechanical keyboards and the hum of the latest gaming rigs. And at some point during that trance, a thought probably crossed your mind. I'm already here every weekend anyway. I might as well get a paycheck for it. Well, today is absolutely your lucky day. We are going to walk through the ultimate insider's step-by-step blueprint to landing a job at Best Buy in 2026. I'm going to be your guide to navigating a hiring process that is increasingly digital, highly personality-driven, and faster than ever. But real quick, before we go any further, I need you to hit pause right now. Most hourly applications are auto-rejected by the system before a human ever sees them. Grab the 2026 Fast Track cheat sheet to see the 7 mistakes that are keeping you from getting hired. So grab that, and while you're down there, hit that like button and subscribe so we can keep reaching others with important information together. All right? Got it? Awesome. Okay, let's dive right into this. So here is our quick roadmap for today. We're looking at 1. Finding your perfect role. 2. Pay, perks, and discounts. 3. Passing the digital application. 4. Crushing the interview. And finally, 5. Final insider secrets. Let's get to it. Starting with Section 1, Finding Your Perfect Role. You see, picking the right universe within Best Buy right out of the gate is absolutely critical. You definitely don't want to end up sweating in the warehouse when you really wanted to be out there selling cameras. So if you're looking for the high-level reality of the gig in 2026, here are the stats you actually care about. The average starting pay is a company minimum of $15 an hour, and that scales right up to $19 an hour for specialized roles. Also, the time it takes to get hired, it's surprisingly fast. Usually we're talking just 1 to 3 weeks on average, which largely depends on how quickly you complete your background check. Oh, and just the basic requirements. The minimum age is 16 for most floor roles, but you do need to be 18 for Geek Squad or the warehouse. Now, let's look at the 2 main paths you can take here. On one side, we have the front of house. This includes the sales home associates. You know them, the legendary blue shirts, and the Geek Squad. If you're a blue shirt, you are the front line. You aren't just ringing things up as a cashier. You're a consultant walking customers through entire tech ecosystems. And your secret mission? Selling memberships. Now, if you are Geek Squad, you're basically the tech doctor, diagnosing why a laptop sounds like a jet engine taking off. That requires solid tech knowledge and, frankly, a ton of patience. On the flip side, we have the back of house, also known as product flow. This is the engine room, guys. If you prefer putting on headphones and heavy lifting over making small talk and hitting sales targets, this is absolutely your home. You're unloading trucks, you're picking online orders. It's literally the perfect role for introverts, night owls, or students just looking to burn off some energy. Moving right along to Section 2, Pay, perks, and discounts. So Best Buy has really upped their game recently to stay competitive in the market. While the base pay is undeniably solid, the hidden benefits are the real draw here. For sales associates and warehouse roles, starting pay is $15 an hour, and that caps out around $18 for experienced staff. Stepping up to become a Geek Squad agent, that gets you a starting rate of $16, with a top pay around $21 an hour. And hey, if you have your sights set on management, team leads start at $18 an hour and can make up to $25. By the way, Best Buy loves internal promotions. Most managers, which they actually call coaches, started right out as seasonal blue shirts. But we really need to talk about those perks. Their Degrees at Work program is an absolute standout. Best Buy actually offers 100% tuition coverage for certain degrees through partners like Strayer University, plus scholarships for ASU Online. And listen to this, because here is the absolute best part. You usually only have to be working there for 30 days to qualify. 30 days. That is an incredible benefit for anyone looking to get their degree without taking on a massive mountain of debt. Okay, but we have to talk about the math behind their legendary employee discount. I mean, we can't talk about getting hired here without mentioning this. Your discount is calculated as the cost of the item to the store plus 5 to 10%. So on big ticket items like a laptop, you might save $50. Nice, right? But the markup on accessories is where your mind will literally be blown. A $100 premium HDMI cable, that might only cost an employee $8. Seriously. That is exactly why every Best Buy employee has a house completely filled with premium chargers and high-end cables. All right, Section 3, Passing the digital application. A quick warning right off the bat for you, do not walk into a store with a paper resume. Just don't do it. They will politely smile and tell you to go to the website. The process is entirely digital now, and there are 3 mandatory digital hoops you need to jump through. Step 1 is the search and filter. Go to careers.bestbuy.com and use your zip code. A really strategic tip here, apply for multiple roles at the exact same store to instantly increase your odds. If you're okay with doing sales or warehouse, check both boxes.
Step 2 is the assessment, and Step 3 is the video interview. Let's look a bit closer at these last two because they are exactly where most people stumble.
So Step 2 is what they call the job tryout. Once you submit your basic info, you have to take this situational assessment. They'll ask you things like, a customer is frustrated because an item is out of stock. What do you do? Listen to me very closely on this one. This is the most common place where applicants fail. You must answer as the ideal Best Buy employee. What does that mean? It means you are proactive. You never just say, I don't know, without immediately following it up with, but I'll find out. And you always put the customer first. And the stakes are high. If you fail this tryout, you're typically locked out from applying again for a full 6 months, half a year. So treat this seriously and set aside 30 minutes of quiet time to do it right. Then we have Step 3, which is the one-way video interview. Basically, you'll get a prompt on your screen and you record yourself answering it. Yeah, it feels a bit awkward talking to yourself, but here is your rapid-fire checklist to absolutely ace it. First, dress like you already work there. Wear a nice, clean, collared shirt. Second, make sure your background is tidy. Nobody wants to see a messy bedroom. Third, smile and show your personality. The managers reviewing this just want to see if you can comfortably talk to a stranger. So speak clearly and project a really friendly energy.
Section 4, crushing the Best Buy interview.
Okay, if a manager calls you for an in-person or a two-way virtual interview, you are in the final stretch. Let's make sure you don't trip right at the finish line. You are absolutely 100% guaranteed to be asked this question. Why Best Buy? Now, a bad answer is, well, I need a job and I like TVs. That doesn't tell them anything about how you'll actually treat their customers. A good answer, it sounds more like this. I've always been the tech person for my friends and family. I love taking something complicated and making it simple for people, which is exactly what Best Buy does. Do you see the difference there? You are selling them on your ability to solve problems for humans, not just your personal love for gadgets. They're also going to ask behavioral questions, like asking you to tell them about a time you handled a difficult person. For this, you need to perfectly structure your answers using what's called the STAR method. STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. You structure your answer by describing the situation you were in, the task or the specific challenge you faced, the specific action you took to help, and finally, the positive result that followed. For instance, if asked about a customer who wants a discount that you literally can't give, focus on empathy. Say you'd acknowledge their frustration, calmly explain the price match policy, and then show them the value they get with memberships or protection plans.
And finally, Section 5, final insider hiring secrets. All right, this is where I give you the absolute best cheat codes and clear up a few persistent rumors. So let's clear up the drug testing rumors for 2026. Everyone gets a standard background check looking for major issues like theft or violence, but regarding drug tests, it depends entirely on your role. For entry-level sales or warehouse associates during the hiring phase, Best Buy generally does not drug test. However, if your job involves driving a Geek Squad van, operating a forklift, or moving massive, heavy appliances, you absolutely will be tested. And here is the crucial detail you need to know. Even in states where marijuana is legal, Best Buy often maintains a strict drug-free policy for those specific safety-sensitive roles.
And here we are, the final 3 insider cheat codes to pretty much guarantee your success. Number 1, keep your weekend availability completely open. If you tell them you can't work weekends in retail, your application will likely hit the no pile immediately. Be flexible, especially for your first 90 days. Number 2, have a membership mindset. Best Buy leans heavily into My Best Buy Total. And guess what? Manager bonuses are often tied directly to these metrics. So if you mention in your interview that you understand the importance of selling memberships, you instantly become a dream hire. Number 3, show initiative. If you haven't heard back in 4 days, call the store and ask to speak to the back-of-house lead or the experience manager. And that brings us to the end of our blueprint. So are you ready to grab your blue shirt? Working at Best Buy is so much more than just a retail job. It gives you a literal front-row seat to the future of technology, whether you're just paying for college or building a long-term corporate career. Your very next step right now, go update your resume using customer-first language, head over to the careers site and apply. But it leaves you with a bigger question to ask yourself. If you master selling the tech of tomorrow today, what other doors is that going to open for you in your career? Get ready to join the team, and I'll see you in the next explainer.